5 years ago, we saved the Bandicoot, a game that blends the line between remaster and remake. It's officially considered a remaster. Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy did everything a game in its spot needed to do. It brought the game back with a very special gloss aimed at bringing Crash to the modern gamer, and it worked. In fact, it worked perfectly. This game is extremely good, from its visuals to keeping what made it special in the first place intact. The game sold well, it was received well, and eventually spawned a brand new Crash game, It's About Time, a few years later. This video wouldn't be complete if we didn't first talk about the lead up to the game releasing, more specifically, its announcement. Really, it can all be traced back to Uncharted 4, where Nate and Elena play a Crash game as a competition, meaning we as the player actually got to play Crash Bandicoot on a PlayStation 4 through Uncharted. This was enough for the fan base to freak out, but then we got the official announcement at E3 2016. Sean Layden went onto the stage to say that Sony was entering in some sort of relationship or partnership with Activision to remaster a collection of Crash games, and the internet went wild. We won. A big part of this remaster itself is the lead up to it. It's hard to put into words how much fans wanted Crash to return for such a long time, and finally we were getting it. But would it live up to expectations, and even more so, would it truly save the Bandicoot? The game immediately struck gold. Review scores were high, it sold through the roof, and people were genuinely happy that Activision managed to pull it off. The game was everything we wanted it to be. There were a few issues. The hitbox, the jump box were the biggest by a mile, but overall, this got fans back and made them happy, and introduced an entirely new generation to Crash, and did it really with the quality of a remake, even though it wasn't considered it. So ultimately, here's the reason this game happened. Well, firstly, Sean Layden had a huge hand in convincing Activision to make the game. He deserves a ton of credit that honestly, he doesn't get. But Activision saw a roadmap: bring Crash back, update the old games that were already great, and put them out into the world. If it works, it'll sell so well that Crash as a brand will return, and you could obviously make more games from it. If it doesn't work, well, you can say you tried and still have the goodwill from gamers for bringing these games back in the first place. Well, the plan ended up working. The reception was everything I'd imagine Activision wanted. Good reviews, good sales, and this gave Activision full confidence to continue Crash going forward, turning obviously into Crash 4. There's a big reason why I didn't spend almost any time talking about the game itself. It's because there's not too much to say. The game's really, really good. Walkthroughs, failed attempts, rage compilations, they all flooded the internet. The crowd was on the game's side. It looked great, it felt great, and it was everything fans that played these games, 20 or so years ago wanted. It's really as simple as that. Plus, the biggest success in story when it comes to this game, in my opinion, is the story around the build-up, the tease with Uncharted, the announcement, and then the release. The game actually happening, it existing, and what it meant for fans and the brand of Crash itself. This game left a huge mark on 2017. It was one of the standout games, and not only that, but stories of the year. And while it is a hybrid remaster remake, it deserves to be mentioned as one of the greatest of both of all time, completely respecting the original, bringing it back up to modern audiences, and achieving easily what it set out to do in reviving a dead brand that very loud fans online allowed to make happen, and then go into the future with more games. Plus, it opened up the options to get more remasters or remakes of other Crash games. Team Racing obviously did a really, really good job, but I'm still waiting, of course, for Crash Bash to return. So guys, hopefully you like this video. This is my more essay series kind of thing that I do on the channel. I really appreciate your guys' support. Let me know any other games or even movies that you want me to do this on. I have a couple game ideas that I want to do in July of game anniversaries, but let me know what you think. Make sure you guys are subscribed, and I hope to see you all on the next video.